resonate and vibrate. I tried to resonate, vibrate with the people that attended the funeral and try and get into their thoughts, try and get into their conversations. It was really interesting to get into their thoughts and get into their conversations. Um, one of the interesting people was Barack Obama talking with Donald Trump, excuse me, and trying to get along with Trump, and a feeling that he had that Obama had of maybe trying to have it be less of a hostile environment because the people have spoken, this is the president-elect, and to try and create some sanity. So it was interesting to pick up on the fact that Obama was trying to bring in an element of just cooling the heat, because there's so much heat at this time because of all the fighting that was going on. So I felt that he was very good at that, Obama, as trying to come in and because of this animosity that the Democrats have. So it was good that they had him sitting there. I thought that was great. The energy I felt from Trump was that he just wants to be liked. I get this impression every time I go into Trump's energy that he really just wants the cool people to like me. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So when I was talking to Trump, I felt when I was talking to Obama, when I sat as Trump, I wanted to impress him with how smart I was. I wanted to get him to laugh, which he was laughing. But I also wanted him to see that I had figured things out because I'm smart too. And Obama was laughing and correcting him and saying, no, that's not actually true. So it was an interesting conversation between Trump. There's a part of Trump that desperately wants to get in and be liked by the Democrats while simultaneously trashing them. He wants the Democrats to like him, but he's at the same time he's trashing the Democrats. So it was very interesting to see that how badly Trump wanted to be liked. It was interesting to be in Hillary Clinton's energy, because I felt as Hillary Clinton completely shut down, and not only that, but I had a discussion with my husband prior to the event. So Hillary Clinton had a conversation with Bill prior to the event that we're not to talk to him, we're not to acknowledge him, and I don't want to argue with you about it. That's the way it's going to be. She really laid down the law with Bill Clinton, and I felt as Bill that I wanted to be part of the fun. I want to go say hi to my friend, Barack's over there. Yes, but if you say hi to Barack, you're going to have to say hi to Donald, and you don't talk to him. Okay, she said she's the boss. So Bill is sitting there. He's not happy about the situation, but she made her decision, and he has to stand by his wife, and that was her decision. So that is how I felt being Hillary. Being Harris was different. Being Harris was different. When I put my attention on Harris, it was a completely different energy. I felt a fire inside me as Kamala Harris. I felt this rage, like a heat, like a fire, almost like a shock and horror. It was too soon after the elections for her to be in a situation like that. And I felt this like fire rising to the top of my head, wanting to scream from the rage that I felt. I felt rage at the fact that Trump was the president, and I had to hold it together as the vice president. And there was a point at which Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, said, "Are you okay? You doing?" "I'm fine." He can pick up on that this rage she felt at having to sit there. So it was really interesting to feel that as well. It was funny. I had a brief a connection with Bush Jr. I connected with his higher self, and I asked Bush Jr. how he felt being in the middle of all that. And he said, I'm just glad that I'm not in the way of the firing squad. Now, this time I'm not in the way of the firing squad. I'm happy to be here. I'm just going to sit here with my wife. I'm not going to try and talk to this one. I'm not going to try. I am happy to sit here quietly with my wife and be grateful that I'm not part of the firing squad. So everybody had their world at the funeral. Everybody had their world. Going back to Hillary Clinton, it was much deeper, the feeling I had for Hillary Clinton. I felt with Hillary Clinton that she had a deep faith in God, that this was a spiritual calling, that she talks to God, that she talks to Jesus, that she loves God, that she has a spiritual connection with God. And being in a church for her is a different experience than for somebody who doesn't have a personal relationship with God. But Hillary Clinton has a personal relationship, raised Methodist, with God. And when she is in the church as a devout Methodist, it means something to her. And her ethics and my ethics mean something to me. And my beliefs and my values mean something to me. And I can't just pretend that this guy didn't steal this election. Make nice and pretend that this guy didn't steal that election and this election, and didn't defraud and didn't commit this crime and that crime and everything else. That's how I felt as Hillary Clinton. And no, Bill, you are not going to talk to that man. I have my fucking values, pardon my French. That's what it is to be Hillary Clinton. And my mentor is dead. He was a true Christian. My mentor is dead. And I want to take a moment to sit in this church and have a relationship with my mentor who's dead, and my connection to my Creator in this church as a Christian, as a Methodist, who is mourning the death of my mentor. That is what I'm doing here. And it was a wonderful service, and the music was well chosen, and I felt the sacredness of my faith and the sacredness and the dignity of the man that we were laying to rest that day as Hillary. So that's an interesting insight into her dynamics as a human being, isn't it? Because she's fixed. She has a fixed sense of right or wrong, and there's no wiggle room with her. Whereas others, let's just talk to him. Let's just, come on. He won the election, like Obama. Let's go over and talk to him. Come on, shake hands. No, because he is still the same person. So it's interesting to see how everybody dealt with it. And the pressure on Hillary, come on, be a team player. Be a team player with this guy? Very interesting. Be interesting to see what the audience thinks. Do you think that she's right? Do you think that she's wrong? Do you think she should have gone over and said, hey, the past is the past, and shaken his hand? You're in her head. You feel her thoughts. You see her thoughts. Do you agree or not agree? Did she make the right decision? Is she going to stand there on the mountain and say, I'm going to frickin' go down with my ethics and my morals and my values, and I will not shake that man's hand? Because I know who I am, and I know what I believe in, and I know what my mentor believed in. Let's talk about it. What do you think?